Dial-up. Dial-up was one of the earliest ways people connected to the internet from home. It became widely available to the public in the early 1990s and used the same telephone lines that were already installed in most houses. When someone wanted to go online, their computer would dial a number through a modem and connect to an internet service provider. Because the connection traveled through phone lines, the speed was extremely slow, usually up to about 56 kilobits per second. It also meant that the phone line could not be used for calls while the internet was active. Despite these limitations, dial-up played an important role in bringing the internet to millions of households during the early days of the web. DSL, which stands for Digital Subscriber Line, started becoming widely available around 1999. Like dial-up, it also uses traditional telephone lines, but it sends internet data on different frequencies than voice calls. This allows people to stay connected to the internet while still using their phone at the same time. DSL is much faster than dial-up, with speeds that can reach several megabits per second depending on the distance from the provider's equipment. One downside, however, is that the connection becomes weaker the farther a home is from the telephone exchange, which can reduce speeds in rural areas. Cable internet. Cable internet began expanding rapidly in the early 2000s as cable television infrastructure was upgraded to carry internet data. Instead of phone lines, it uses the same coaxial cables that deliver cable TV signals into homes. These cables are capable of carrying much larger amounts of data, allowing cable internet to reach speeds that are significantly faster than DSL. Early cable connections typically offered speeds between 10 and 100 megabits per second, and modern versions can go even higher. Because many homes in a neighborhood share the same cable infrastructure, speeds can sometimes slow down during peak hours when many people are online. Fiber optic. Fiber optic internet is one of the fastest internet connections available today. It started rolling out to consumers in the mid-2000s and uses extremely thin strands of glass or plastic to transmit data using pulses of light instead of electrical signals. Because light travels incredibly fast and experiences very little signal loss, fiber connections can deliver speeds of hundreds of megabits or even several gigabits per second. Fiber networks also have very low latency, meaning data travels with minimal delay. This makes fiber ideal for activities like high-resolution video streaming, cloud gaming, and video conferencing. Satellite internet. Satellite internet allows people to connect to the internet from almost anywhere on Earth, even in remote locations where cables and phone lines are unavailable. Early consumer satellite services became available in the late 1990s, using satellites orbiting high above the planet to relay data between users and ground stations. A satellite dish installed at the user's home sends signals into space and receives responses from the satellite. While this technology can reach rural and isolated areas, the long distance the signals must travel often creates noticeable latency, which can make real-time activities like online gaming more difficult. Mobile data. Mobile data allows smartphones and other portable devices to connect to the internet through cellular networks. This technology became widely used in the early 2000s as mobile networks evolved from basic voice communication to full data connectivity. Mobile internet speeds depend on the network generation, such as 3G, 4G LTE, or 5G. With modern networks, mobile data can reach speeds comparable to some home internet connections. Because the signal is transmitted through cellular towers instead of physical cables, users can access the internet while traveling, making mobile data one of the most flexible connection methods available. Fixed wireless. Fixed wireless internet delivers internet access through radio signals transmitted between towers and antennas installed at homes or buildings. This technology became more common during the 2010s as wireless networking equipment improved. Unlike mobile data, fixed wireless systems are designed for stationary locations rather than moving devices. An antenna installed on the building communicates with a nearby tower, creating a stable wireless link that can provide broadband speeds. Fixed wireless is often used in rural areas where installing fiber or cable infrastructure would be too expensive or difficult. Starlink satellite internet. Starlink is a newer form of satellite internet developed by the company SpaceX and launched to the public in 2020. Instead of relying on a few satellites positioned far away in geostationary orbit, Starlink uses thousands of smaller satellites that orbit much closer to Earth. Because the satellites are nearer to the planet, the data signal travels a shorter distance, significantly reducing latency compared to traditional satellite internet. This system allows users in remote regions to receive broadband speeds that are much closer to cable or fiber performance. If you enjoy simple, clear explanations like this, consider subscribing for more videos that break down complex technology into easy-to-understand ideas.